Toss-up 1 for both teams. Idea 22 was recorded for this instrument by Mexican composer Gibran Alcocer. Experience and Nouveau Bianche were composed by a player of this instrument named Ludovico Eunadi. Victors of high-profile competitions between players of this instrument include the Texan Van Cliburn and Argentina's Martha Argerich. Nikolai Rubinstein initially detested Tchaikovsky's enduring first concerto for this instrument. A Polish composer played...
Piano?
Correct, for 10. Bonus. A common misconception states that this principle is the reason why airplanes can fly due to the shape of their wings causing lift. For 10 points each, name this principle which states that as the speed of a fluid, such as air or water, increases, its pressure decreases, and vice versa. Answer, please.
No answer. Unless
Bernoulli's principle. In the equation for Bernoulli's principle, pressure can also be replaced with this form of energy that is contrasted with kinetic energy.
Potential energy directed.
Bernoulli's principle can only be applied to fluids and gases with a low value for this quantity. This quantity is equal to the ratio of the speed of an object in a medium to the speed of sound in it.
Wait, is it viscosity? Or
Maybe.
Answer, please.
viscosity directed?
This is Mach number.
Okay.
Toss-up 2. In a play set in this country, characters convince others of the death of Dr. Godspeak. That play is Requiem for a Futurologist. In another play from this country, a character is called an eater of leftovers by his son who returns from medical school in England. In a play from this country, Simon Pilkings prevents the suicide of Ellison. Emily?
South Africa?
Neg 5. The title, King's Horseman. The protagonist of a novel from this country is banished from Umofia for killing Ikemefua. That character, Okonkwo, commits suicide and Things Fall Apart, a novel from this country. Wait, Arjun?
Yeah. Nigeria.
Correct, for 10. Participants of this event were influenced by Southern Baptist minister Issachar Roberts and were known as Longhairs. For 10 points each, name this bloody 19th century rebellion against the Qing dynasty led by Hong Shouchuan, who claimed to be the younger brother of Jesus.
Taiping, right?
Taiping,
Yeah.
right?
The Taiping Rebellion sought to establish a kingdom noted by this name. This divine concept also names a mandate that asserted the legitimacy of ancient Chinese rulers.
The Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah.
This British general gained the nickname Chinese for putting down the Taiping Rebellion with his ever-victorious army. He died at the siege of Khartoum while fighting the Mahdist revolt in Sudan.
Wait. I forgot his name. Arjun, you could say it.
Just like the Duke of Wellington, maybe.
Gordon. Charles
Gordon,
George.
yeah.
Toss-up 3. Eggs of organisms displaying this behavior are accepted due to fear of retaliation in Amos Zahavi's mafia hypothesis. Emery's rule states that the klepto form of this behavior occurs between closely related species. Cuckoos engage in the brood type of this. Okay, Jojo.
Parasitism?
Correct for 10. 3. Answer the following about colonial poets. For 10 points each, this 17th century Puritan woman wrote the collection, The 10th, this is a bonus. The 10th Muse lately sprung up in America. This author wrote that, if ever two were one, then surely we, in a poem addressed to her dear and loving husband.
Bradstreet?
Another colonial poet, Phyllis Wheatley, wrote a poem dedicated to the excellency of this man who was the first president of the United States.
George Washington?
This author of The Wild Honeysuckle and the Indian Burying Ground is known as the poet of the American Revolution. He often critiques George Washington himself while writing for the National Gazette.
Chase?
Philip Freneau.
Can you say it one more time? You cut out.
Philip Freneau.
Thank you.
Freneau, like French.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a French name. Toss up 4 for both teams. A ruler with this name supposedly killed his wife by suffocating her in a boiling bath. A ruler with this name uttered that the city has fallen and I am still alive after his city was surrounded. That ruler of this name was the final emperor of the Byzantines. Another. Jaden.
Constantine. Oh no.
Power.
Okay.
Bonus. This state's Roe River has been named the shortest in the world by some sources. For 10 points each, name this western state that is also the source of the Missouri River.
Isn't it like Montana, right?
No,
It is
maybe,
Montana,
sure.
I think.
Idaho.
Wait, what's your answer? Just
Montana, I guess.
Yeah, Montana.
Montana. Say directed when you're giving me an answer. This tributary of the Missouri River flows through Montana, passing the city of Billings. This river shares its name with a national park in Wyoming home to the Old Faithful Geyser.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Direct.
A river in southwest Montana with this name is known for its fishing. The Missouri River flows through a range named for this state flower of Montana.
Like, I don't know, poppy.
Bitterroot. Toss up 5 for both teams. Okay. A message in this biblical book endorses one church for hating the works of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. One river in this book dries up to allow for the kings of the east to cross. Thyatira and Sardis are among the 7 churches of Asia addressed in the beginning of this book by John of Patmos. In this book, 1/3 of the world's rivers are poisoned by the star of wormwood. In this book, the opening of the 7th seal precedes the arrival of the 4 horse. Emily? Revelation? Correct. Wait. Okay, sorry. Bonus. Claudio Monteverdi developed his career at the court of this city where his opera L'Orfeo premiered. For 10 points each, name this city where, in an 1832 opera, the title character's daughter Gilda is killed at the hands of the assassin Sparafusile. In that opera, a duke from this city sings about the fickleness of women in the aria La Donna è Mobile.
Venice.
Mantua. The aria La Donna Mobile is sung by the Duke of Mantua in this opera about his title hunchbacked court jester.
For Zoe.
Rigoletto is by this Italian composer of Nabucco and Aida.
Verdi.
20. Toss-up 6. The divergence of J is equal to the negative rate of change of this quantity's density by the electromagnetic continuity equation. Positive values of this quantity arose in objects possessing too much fluid, according to a theory by Ben Franklin. Gauss's law states that the electric flux through a closed surface is proportional to the amount of this quantity enclosed. Jojo?
Charge.
Correct for 10. A situation where each person pays for their own expenses is known as a treat described by this adjective. For 10 points each, name this adjective that names a tilt in which a camera is tilted sideways, causing the horizon line to slant. Answer, please.
Dolly.
Dutch. A pot known as a Dutch pan used to make these. This word comes from the French pot and refers to both certain large pans and them.
Excuse me, can you repeat that question? You kind of cut out.
Okay.
Thank you.
A pot known as a Dutch oven is a pan used to make these devices. This word comes from the French for cooking pot and refers to both certain large pans and the dishes cooked in them. Answer.
Casserole.
Double Dutch is a game play. Players jump over the namesake long obstacles.
Ropes. Can you repeat that? You cut out again. Sorry.
Maybe if I hold it closer, it work. Double Dutch is a game played in which players jump over these namesake long objects.
Rope. Yeah. Rope.
20.
Thank you.
Okay. Toss-up 7 for both teams. These people's immigration to the U.S. was aided by the Galveston movement. The phrase rootless cosmopolitans was used to deride these people who had earlier been the subject of Alexander III's 1882 May laws. Zoe?
Serfs.
Like 5. A state-sponsored Stalinist conspiracy accused these types of doctors of conspiring to assassinate Soviet leaders. These people were confined to live in the Pale of Settlement, where they populated...
Jews.
Correct for 10. Bonus. This object prompted one man to order the slaughter of 3,000 people by the Levites. For 10 points each, name this object which one man grounded into powder and mixed with water, forcing the worshippers of this object to drink it.
Yes, no.
Answer, please.
Golden lamb?
Ooh, it's a golden calf, sorry. The impatient Israelites asked this man to create them an idol to worship, leading him to ask for their jewelry to create the golden calf, while his younger brother Moses was on Mount Sinai.
Jacob? Is it Jacob? Or
No, maybe. You can try.
Answer, please.
Jacob?
Aaron. After witnessing his people's worship of the golden calf, Moses smashed the original tablets inscribed with this set of laws which he had received from God on Mount Sinai. These laws include "Thou shalt not kill" and "Thou shalt not steal."
Ten Commandments. Ten
Commandments.
Commandments.
10. Toss-up 8. 2 carcasses background a figure performing this action in Figure with Meat. A painting titled for this action was stolen along with its artist's sensuous Madonna in a 2004 theft. Inspired by Velázquez's portrait of Innocent X, Francis Bacon titled a series for popes performing this action. In a painting titled for this action, 2 men in coats walk along a bridge away from the sexless central figure. The hazy red sky in that painting... Jaden?
Like Scream.
Yes, 10. The title phenomenon of a poem by this man is heard as far inland of Sturton Tower and Camelot and starlit Stonehenge. For 10 points each, name this author of Channel Firing, who in a novel wrote about a title wife of Angel Clare being executed for stabbing her rapist Alec. Answer, please.
No answer.
Thomas Hardy. This other poem by Thomas Hardy begins with the speaker leaning upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray.
The Hound of the Dubervilles, right? No. The Tess of the Dubervilles.
The Darkling Thrush. Hardy's poem, The Convergence of the Twain, describes the steel chambers of this ship. This ship sank after striking an iceberg in the Atlantic in 1912.
The Titanic.
10. A character created by this author has his pocket knife stolen by William Dane. In a novel by this author, a banker is blackmailed by John Raffles for making a profit pawning stolen goods. In a novel by this author of Adam Bede, the death of the horse Wildfire prompts Dustin Cass to steal the gold of the title Weaver of Ravellow. This... Emily? Elliot? Correct for 10. The Codex Vigilantes provided some of the earliest examples of this system in the West. For 10 points each, Fibonacci's book Liber Abaci helped to popularize what system in medieval Europe that was invented around the 500s in India. Answer, please.
Crop rotation?
Arabic numeral.
No idea.
The use of Arabic numerals were written by numerous Abbasid mathematicians and philosophers, and most notably by Khwarizmi, who himself wrote a treatise on this field of mathematics that you can use to solve for x.
Algebra.
A group named for these tools that opposed the algorists also helped spread the Arabic numerals to Europe. These hand operating tools were invented a millennia before the Arabic numeral system.
Can you repeat that, please? You cut out.
Okay. A group named for these tools that opposed the algorists also helped spread the Arabic numeral to Europe. These hand operating tools were invented a millennia before the Arabic numeral.
Say again.
Abacus? Is it an abacus? That makes sense.
Abacus.
20.
Thank you.
No problem. The female corpse dragged out of this river is the basis for the face on most CPR dummies. An island in Lucas
The same.
power.
Nice.
Process, light from distant galaxies appears shifted towards longer wavelengths or redshift. For 10 points each, name or describe this process, a consequence of which is Hubble's law. The rate of this process is given by Hubble's constant, which is equal to the time derivative of the scale factor divided by the scale factor.
Doppler effect, I think.
Yeah.
Doppler effect directed.
Expansion of the universe. The most
Oh.
widely accepted theory for the origin and expansion of the universe is this event, which occurred 3.7 billion years ago, during which the universe was formed from a singularity.
Big Bang theory.
Within the first 3 minutes of the Big Bang, the process by which new atomic nuclei are created from pre-existing protons and neutrons occurred. It was the subject of the Alfred Beth Gamma paper.
Fusion, maybe?
Sure.
Fusion direct?
I got a prompt on that.
Nuclear fusion.
That's also a prompt. I'm sorry.
Or nuclear fusion?
No, it's nucleosynthesis.
Half. Okay, so 160 for what's it called? Yak kids, whoever you are, and 110 for ECG.
Oh yeah.
Loki, I believe the team name is called the Ripoff Asians.
How many
I'm not gonna
bonuses we got
say
on the
that
first
where
question?
my dad is.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
How many bonuses did the Ripoff agents get on the first toss-up?
They got
They got 2.
No, they got 1.
Oh, my fault.
Okay,
They
so
Okay, so we're good.
okay, so we had 150 for them. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
150 to 110.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so that's all sorted out. Okay. Toss 11 for both teams. After launching a revolution, a political party of this ethnicity established the second constitutional era and was known as the Committee of Union and Progress. Secularism and statism were included as part of the 6 eras of this ethnicity's political ideology known as Kemalism. Zoe.
Herbs?
One word out of the power. Right. In this work, the middle of 3 lodgers declares that they will not pay rent to the protagonist. For 10 points each, name this story whose protagonist, while trying to listen to the violin playing of his sister Greta, is killed after an apple is launched into his back by his father.
Metamorphosis.
This Czech author of the trial wrote about Gregor Samsa in the Metamorphosis.
Kafka.
Franz Kafka also wrote a short story set at one of these places where an officer brutally attempts to inscribe the words "Be just" on his body.
Castle.
A penal colony. Okay. Toss-up 12. Following this event, Kimberly Cheadle stepped down from her highest position. Stephen Bonnell, aka Destiny, was temporarily banned from the platform Kick for making inflammatory remarks about a fatality of this event, firefighter Corey Comperator. Explosive. Have they?
January 6th.
Take that. Explosives were found in the car of this event's perpetrator from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. An iconic photo of a fist pump was taken during this event that has been widely blamed on the inactions of the Secret Service. For 10 points, name this event in which Thomas Matthew Crooks nearly took the life of a presidential candidate.
Like
Lucas?
the assassination of Donald Trump.
Correct. What bonus? 12.
Wait, excuse me. Did he
What?
say assassination of Donald Trump or attempted assassination of Donald Trump?
Wouldn't that be different?
Because he wasn't actually killed, right? So assassination would be
Yeah, I
wrong.
said attempted. I said attempted.
Okay.
You did?
Yeah, it does say
Okay.
assassination, but I heard
Okay.
it cut out a little of attempted, but I heard the first syllable clearly. So I'm gonna yeah, he said attempted. Bonus 12. You've been getting those gains at the gym. For 10 points each, answer the following about the signs of building muscle. This is the scientific name for the growth of muscle cells. This term generally refers to the increase of the volume of an organ or tissue due to the enlargement of its cells.
Like pumping?
Answer, please.
Pumping directed?
Hypertrophy. This hormone, which in males is produced in the testes, plays a crucial role in muscle growth by stimulating protein synthesis.
Testosterone.
Yeah, testosterone directed.
Consuming adequate amounts of protein results in the strengthening of muscle fibers made up of this protein and myosin. The cytoskeleton includes microfilaments made up of this protein.
Wait, is that actin?
Answer, please.
Actin directed?
20. Toss-up 13. The number of these interactions for orally active drugs is limited by Lipinski's rule of 5. This interaction occurs between every fourth residue of an alpha helix. The higher melting point of guanine cytosine pairs are attributed to their ability to form. Jaden?
Hydrogen bonds?
Power. This man began one speech by quoting the line, "Their foot shall slide in due time." For 10 points each, name this preacher who compared people to spiders held above a fire in his sermon, "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God."
You guys know.
Answer, please.
No idea.
I
Martin
should
Luther.
know.
Jonathan Edwards. Edwards was a leader in the first of these religious revivals that spread through America in the 1730s. The Burned Over district was the center of its second wave.
Oh,
Great
Great
Awakening.
Awakenings.
Like fellow preacher George Whitefield, Edwards belonged to this faction, which split from its Orthodox counterpart during the First Great Awakening.
Yeah.
Evangelicalism.
New Lights. Toss-up 14. A character in this novel is conscious of his throbbing heart before meeting his lover for a skating day at the zoological gardens. A character in this novel realizes he loves his son after lightning strikes an oak tree. While racing Mockton's Gladiator in this novel, the horse Frou Frou breaks his back. The happy... Zoe.
Anna Karenina.
For some reason. I don't know.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
I said, yeah, it's power.
Okay, thank you.
Jesus reveals himself to disciples Luke and Cleopas in this artist's Supper at Emmaus. For 10 points each, name this artist who captured Jesus pointing towards a tax collector at his desk in The Calling of St. Matthew.
For the Zoe.
Caravaggio also two bloody versions of this mythical figure's decapitated head. A sculpture by Benvenuto Cellini is titled "For Perseus with the head of this Gorgon, whose gaze turns the onlookers to stone."
Medusa.
Caravaggio used this painterly style, which uses heavily chiaroscuro to create a dark, gloomy effect.
For the Zoe.
Tenebrism?
30.
Oh, nice.
Toss-up 15. Elias and Barnes appear in a film set during this conflict by Oliver Stone, which was followed by the sequel, Heaven and Earth. A film set during this conflict opens with a burning tree line superimposed with the man's upside-down face. That film set during this conflict ends with the slaughtering of a water buffalo. The ruthless drill instructor Sergeant Hartman appears in a Stanley Kubrick film set during this conflict. Advik?
Vietnam War.
10. This figure's husband, Sychaeus, was killed by her brother Pygmalion. For 10 points each, name this mythical queen of Carthage. After her lover leaves her to sail to Italy, this woman stabs herself on a funeral pyre.
For the Emily.
Dido?
Dido was the lover of a hero and appeared in his namesake Latin epic written by Virgil.
Aeneas.
In one story, Diana outsmarted King Iarbas after making a deal that she would get all the land that she could surround with one of these things. By cutting one of these things into strips, she is said to have received the land that made up Carthage.
Yeah.
Hide,
Prompt.
Cowhide.
Of what animal?
cowhide, animal hide.
I no, I wait. You said cowhide. Answer acceptable is ox hide.
An ox is a cow.
So that is confusing.
Okay, well, a cow is a female cattle. Ox is a-
I'm gonna take it, but like if like the ripoff like don't like that. Sure.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay, 30. Toss up 16. A model of monopolistic competition developed by Avinash Dixit inspired the new theory of this process, which posits it is driven by increasing returns to scale. Dumping is a form of price discrimination associated with this process. Wassily Leontev developed his namesake paradox of this process while testing the Hesher-Ohlin model. David Ricardo theorized comparative advantage while studying this process. Emily?
Trade.
10. In a novel by this author, two brothers, one Marxist and one Islamist, represent the path of violence towards Egypt's future. For 10 points each, name this author of Sugar Street, which together with Palace Walk and Palace of Desire comprise a trilogy by him.
Mafus,
Mahfouz's Medoc Alley is title for a street in this city. Mahfouz wrote a trilogy named for this capital of Egypt.
Cairo,
In Palace Walk, the husband of Al-Said Ahmad shatters her collarbone during one of these incidents. After Ahmad learns of the incident, Amina is exiled from the house for 3 weeks.
I'm walking. Going on a walk.
going on a walk.
Car crashes.
Oh.
Okay.
I love it. Car crash. Like.
Yeah, she walked. Wait, she walked to the.
Toss up 17. Cosmologists measure both co-moving and proper forms of this quantity. A method for calculating this quantity divides 1 by the angle of the difference in position after measurements taken 6 months apart. As part of this quantity... Jojo?
Parallax.
Neg 5. Wait, where was I? Objects with known luminosities called standard candles serve as indicators of it. Rotational velocity is proportional to this quantity for galaxies by Hubble's law. This quantity is measured in parsecs, astronomical units, and light years. For 10 points, name this quantity that measures how...
Distance?
Correct. Wait, correct. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I accidentally flipped the packet upside down. Okay, we're good. 17. Answer the following about English-speaking composers' second favorite language. Sanskrit, the liturgical language of Hinduism. For 10 points each, Gustav Holst utilized his translation of Sanskrit texts for this astrology-inspired suite, whose movements include Mars and Jupiter.
Planets.
The planets, yeah.
Numerous arias from this composer's opera Satyagraha borrow lyrics from the Bhagavad Gita. He set 3 of a Japanese author's novels to music in his score of the Paul Schrader film Mishima. Answer.
No answer.
Philip Glass. This composer's Duel of the Fates includes a chorus singing the Sanskrit translation of a medieval Welsh poem. He wrote Chrissy's Death and Out to Sea for the film Jaws.
Oh, Williams, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Williams.
20. Toss up 18. The narrator of this story explains how he knew that one character could not see the opening of a door. A character in this story held the bed covers tightly over his head after a man rushed in yelling, "Die, die." The narrator of this story describes being more careful on the 8th night of entering one character.
The Telltale Heart.
I like that toss-up. Power. A work titled for this practice states that it is of vital importance to the state and encourages one to know the enemy and know yourself. For 10 points each, name this practice whose art is the subject of a treatise by Sun Tzu.
War.
Karl von Clausewitz with punctuation of this discipline by other means in his treatise on war. Max Weber wrote of the state's monopoly on the legitimate use of force in this discipline as a vocation.
Sociology.
Politics. Thomas Aquinas built on the works of this man to claim that just war must only be used as a last resort. This early theologian and saint wrote The City of God and Confessions. This is a bonus.
Augustine.
20. Oh. Popped up 19. In one collaboration, this artist claims, "I'm the one put you in a lawn," before describing how "I got a girl but I still feel alone." In another song, this artist mentions the costs of yellow diamonds. Lucas?
Like 21 Savage.
Correct. Bonus. Oh, power. Late in his career, this man was banished from his country by being appointed to be ambassador to Mongolia. For 10 points each, name this Minister of Affairs of the Soviet Union who signed a namesake non-aggression pact with Joachim von Ribbentrop of Germany in 1939.
Molotov.
Molotov also names cocktails which were used by this country against the USSR in the midwinter.
One.
After the Stalin in 1953, Molotov, Malenkov, and this man formed a troika that briefly assumed power. The Katyn massacre was carried out by this man as head of the NKVD under Stalin.
Oh, Argentina.
Beria.
Up there.
Toss up 20. In this city, Oliver Sipple sued several newspapers for invading his privacy after he had saved the life of Gerald Ford. In this city, a neighborhood camera store served as the campaign headquarters for a politician whose killer was only charged with manslaughter due to the Twinkie.
Chicago?
Neg 5. Defense. This city's mayor, George Moscone, was assassinated alongside a member of its board of supervisors who nicknamed himself
San Francisco.
what?
San Francisco.
10. Bonus. Get off that phone and start learning its chemistry. For 10 points each, this alkali metal with atomic number 3 and symbol L is found in namesake ion batteries and phones.
Lithium.
This element found in the ore wolframite is used to make the microphone and speaker in mobile phones. Its atomic symbol is W.
Tungsten
Tungsten.
directed.
This dull black metal ore is where the elements niobium and tantalum are extracted from, the latter of which is used in capacitors.
Could be like. Is it like cobalt, maybe?
Colton. Okay, and that is the round. Loki, give us a score.
For 275 ECG, 300 Ripoff Asians.
Good game.
Okay.
Good game.